How the heck are you, everybody? I am Fastidious. Welcome back to Dragonheir Silent Gods, and a big hello, a big thank you in advance, and a big warm welcome to Odd One Gaming. How are you doing, Mr. Ivy League Gaming?
Hey, glad to be back on the channel. I'm, always happy to help out whenever I can. You help me on other stuff, so it's good to, give and take.
Absolutely. Yeah, you have a nice video, I think. You and Ivy both just beat Gear 8-4, Gear Dungeon 1 for the first time, so that's coming out really soon.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
I have you here today because I might help you with Watcher Realms, but you absolutely help me with Dragonheir Silent Gods, which you are such a master at. So I have been absolutely plateauing for like 2 weeks straight. I'll show you right now. I am at, I believe, day 50-something. So let's see. I'm at day 54. I feel like since day 40, I've been just coasting, doing the same random daily stuff with no direction. And it's about time I push a little harder, and I know you're going to be able to steer me in the right direction. This actually opened up today, just opened today for the first time. So you can see I think I've got 21 days left in the whole season. So I got to focus up and get back on track. In steps the expert Odd One Gaming. So can you help me out?
Fastidious.
Fastidious.
And guys, if you want to play Dragonheir Silent Gods with Odd One Gaming and myself, be sure to use my link in the description and the top pinned comment to download the game. It's available on PC, mobile, Epic Games, Steam. It's got its own PC client, all that good stuff. Hope to see you there.
Yeah, so basically you are pretty much the most important part of the season, because this is what kind of tells you how hard you're going to finish in the ranking. So if you click again on the Otherworld Exploration tab, you see there's a few things, there's stuff that you have to do. There's the adventure preparation in the middle, there's the elemental domains, and then there's the Chaos Shadows that's, just a little bit hidden behind me. That one is pretty much your priority number one, to try and get 15 teams. Because of the way that the system works, you get the most points if you can have 15 teams that hit over 11 million, preferably 22 million. That's priority number one, because they give you so many points. They give you 2,500 of the exploration progress.
What does that even mean? What does that mean, a team that hits 11 or 15? What does that mean?
Okay, so if you click, for example, if you click on Chaos Shadows.
Yeah?
Yeah, is there not a go button? No. Okay, go to the map then of the other world, which is over there, select area, on the whole thing, to the end of the corner. Just up, left. There's a little thing that says select area on the left.
Here, okay.
That one, yeah, okay. So that one, you should be able to, you're not even in the other world. So basically you have to do the story first.
Okay,
you have
finish
to do
the story.
So the story is going to push you to get to that side of the map. Once you get to that side of the map, you're going to have, go through the story, which is pretty interesting, pretty fun. You're going to be opening some stuff, and then you're going to have a little thing that says, like I said, the adventure preparation, which are basically a few daily quests that you can do that uses a certain currency. You basically have 150 currency per day, and each challenge or mission that you do uses 10 of that currency. So if you do a mission from the adventure preparation, it takes 10. If you do one of the domains, it takes 10. If you do a Chaos Shadow fight, it takes 10. So basically, because you're limited at 15, in order to try and maximize that, you would try to get 15 teams for Chaos Shadows. And the thing is, it becomes a lot easier, because basically what are Chaos Shadows? Chaos Shadows are the chief challenges that you've maybe you did some of those fights for the Uteor event. There was the bosses that were around the world. So basically,
I'm trying to show
same thing. Yep, they are the same thing, but they're basically in the endgame side. However, they become a lot easier because of the fact that, let me see, if you go back on the Other Worlds tab, there should be a part where it says buffs. If you click on the buff on the right. So basically, as an alliance, if you're an alliance, then you keep unlocking those buffs. The more of the challenges and stuff you do, you keep unlocking. So obviously, you get a ton more stats, and that just makes it so much easier for you to, build a team. Like as an example, if you have some strong characters of a certain pairing, you might be able to only bring 4 actual heroes and a 5th just as fodder to complete the 5-man synergy. So basically, this is your priority number one. However, if you cannot get to the 15 teams to to just build them today, which I'm guessing you might not have 15 teams.
I don't think I do. No.
Yeah, but at the end of the day,
so you're saying 15 teams, 75 heroes?
Yes.
No.
I know what you mean, but you have to keep in mind you might not need to have them all to 95 or to 5-star or whatever. Like so depending on the bosses, like we don't have them exactly now, but some of the bosses, if you pay attention to the way that they do their skills and the positioning of stuff, you might be able to like run a team with a level 30 Hexandra as an example, or N or whatever, because as long as they don't get hit, if you just use them for the support side, you just place them in the, in certain corners. But again, the reason why that one's so important, like I said, if you do 22 million for a team for Chaos Shadows, which it's pretty easy to do, if you have a good synergy, you get 2,500 of the exploration progress. So if you look at the left where you are there, you see that little orange thing is the exploration progress. So every time you do something, you get points, and you keep getting resources and resources and resources. Half of them are useless because like the essence, if you don't have fully team built, they're gonna help because they give a ton of XP. But like stuff like stamina, you might not need. However, the war marrow is gonna carry over. If you get any scrolls, they're gonna carry over to next season, because basically you're on the last stretch, last month. So your goal is to try and get as many of those, but those blue things, the echoes of Clepsydra, will determine your ranking. The thing that's like behind you. And if you've been doing Vortex daily, you saw that you might have gotten, depending on your ranking, 100, 220, 300, 350, depending how you placed in Vortex. Well, this one, as you saw, gives you like 6,000. That's equal to like 30 days of placing in Vortex at a certain level. So even if you are not focusing Vortex all the season, you aren't placing too high, as long as you focus the end game, like the last month is really important. If you do enough Chaos Shadows to get a ton of points, or even the other stuff, and then once the end boss opens, where you're gonna need 6 teams, that should push you to give you a pretty good placement. And obviously, if you get a good placement, you're gonna get better rewards for the next season from the shop, you're gonna get better rewards for just placing and all of that stuff.
Great. Okay, so it seems like I need to finish this story as soon as possible.
Yes, as soon as you get there, I think you're just straight up teleported to the other map.
Got it. So it's a whole new map, and then you're saying these chaos challenges, it's this whole separate kind of battle, and I'm gonna need a lot more characters, because this is how many I have. So I've gotten a number at 100. It's really easy to get people to 100 now, by the way, because once I get them to 90, I just throw them in here for a couple days. That
definitely helps a lot.
But I'll tell you, I'm not even close to the number we're talking about. So I don't know if you want to take a peek at these heroes, or I've got 50 of these purple ones if we just want to yeet those real quick. I'm sitting on a decent pile here. You can see I've got 14. I haven't touched my Virmaro since that big update where they gave us all that nice stuff. I haven't touched my Virmaro in probably 2 months. Or I guess I haven't even been playing 2 months. In probably a month. That's what I'm trying to get at. So what do you think?
Save the war marrow. Usually save the war marrow either for summons if you don't have like good enough roster, or you would go for some. But like if you try and make the wider view, I just want to see how many legendaries epics you have.
How do I make the wider view? This one. Okay.
Yeah, if you just scroll. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I think you're still at the point, from my point of view, where you maybe might still be summoning.
Okay.
But because you're in the last month, it might be a better idea to start saving your Warmore and Healolites for next season. Because then the next season, beginning of the season, there's a really interesting banner with just the new champions, and they got some pretty strong ones in there. But the Starlight, I should say yeet, maybe you get some good epics.
Eat away.
Yep.
All right, sweet. I'll never say no to some summons. But yeah, I feel like I kind of want to save my Heliolite and my Virmaro because I've saved it for so long. I'm not going to get top 10 anyway, I think, as it stands.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like, I don't know. Maybe I think I've summoned a lot less than other accounts from what I've seen. I think a lot of people got those rewards and summoned everything, which I didn't do.
Yeah, I mean, it depends when you started, because you started and then that update. Okay, epic. Oh,
dupe.
Kamari. Dupe.
Wait, but I have 42 left, so we're guaranteed one more.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, I think you started before and they gave you some compensation because of the changes that happened to season 1. And one thing that you definitely missed, unless you did it and I don't recall, you missed that guaranteed one from 80, you know.
Yeah.
If you pulled 80, so that one would have been another extra one that you could have got.
Yeah, I pulled like one day I pulled 30 and another day I pulled 20. I think that's what I pulled total.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so I didn't want to use.
It's not as much as I pulled on the 3-2. I'll give you an example. Come on.
That's new. Good.
Lydia, she can be interesting. She can bring you the immortality. So basically, if she's the only tank against, depending on the boss, she can just keep herself alive. If the boss's ultimate hits too hard, that can be helpful.
Hey, another one.
Okay, another one. Come on.
New.
Oh.
That's a good one.
Tatlin is actually an amazing one for rally.
Okay.
Because of what he brings and the potential he has, because he had the triple hit on the ultimate. So triple hit on the ultimate means good candidate for Witch's Remains when you get it.
Okay, I do have it.
So he's amazing. Like, for example, you normally bring a support or whatever, but if you can manage with just one support and 4 rally, he can come in the team.
Look at that. Look at the rates.
Come on. She's good.
I have her built. I have her max, but
and Welby, you just pulled Welby, another rare behind you that goes amazing with Tattle.
Was he new? Was he new too?
Yep.
Oh wow, okay, I got a new rare. Okay, great. I pulled her very early on. I like her a lot. But looks like we got, so let's talk about the guy we just pulled, I guess. Actually, just really, so do I have to build every single, 75 characters is so many. Right?
Season 1, I did not do that. I did not do that either because nobody knew, nobody was prepared to try and min-max it. So you would try to build as many as you can, but the good thing is you don't need everybody to be level 100 or you don't need everybody to be 5 stars and whatnot. You can get away with, for example, maybe some supports that are just doing heal based on the target. So for example, Anna and Hexcentra, they do heals based off the target's max HP. So that means you don't need to give them enlightenment, you don't need to give them high HP. And if that works in the fight, where in that fight the boss does not hit them, then you can keep them at 1 star. Just put them in a corner where they don't get hit, have a tank and somebody take the hit, and you should be able to just work that in teams. It all depends on the bosses and their positionings, because each boss has a certain way that they hit, a certain amount that they can hit in that area and whatnot. So it sounds crazy, but it's doable.
I actually got two. Look at this. I got a couple new rares, actually. I thought
Mira can be good. She's a good tanker.
These might be new from like last time. There's no way. Yeah, these are just ones I've never clicked on. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, good to know. So how many should I build, like all my epics, or like what is the what's the next step basically to wrap this up? Now that I know I'm gonna need farm goblin forever.
For goblin, to be fair, it's a little bit of that. It's like Goblinair sometimes. But the thing is like this: you have to look at what you have, build teams and synergies together, and then check the boss. I don't remember exactly what the bosses are, but I know certain bosses are easier to deal with than others. So you might go like 5 teams against the fire boss and only 2 against another one. You know.
Got it.
So depending on that, and you always want to try and keep synergies together, like rally. If you have 3 rally and then a tank and a support, then you go. If you have 3 frost, a tank and a support, that's a go. You know, you pair them like that, and definitely do not ignore the rares, because some of the rares are amazing. Like if you just go through your list, if you start scrolling a bit, even there you have Meredith, the common. That's an amazing healer.
Which one? I'm sorry.
A little bit lower, the lady with the blue, that one.
Yeah, okay.
She can be an amazing healer.
Cool.
She can be an amazing healer. So
common.
Definitely keep her in mind. Yep, a common. Then if you start scrolling up, when it comes to rares, you're gonna have the guy with the patch, Eli.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, I know.
DPS. The one at the top, Dench, can be a good poisoner. Just on top of Eli. Just
above. Yeah, okay, got it. Nice.
Yeah. Then the lizard that you just selected, the Agnat's amazing dauntless person, because he has a really low cooldown.
Cool.
So that's the thing. It's even though legendaries are still gonna be the best, definitely keep an eye on the rares, because up until you start getting all the legendaries, all the good epics, the rares are gonna be carrying you. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised what some of these ones can do.
Yeah, but, I honestly wouldn't be, because like I've been like I still use my rares all the time. Like they've been like Sigurd's been my star for so long. But yeah, I guess I'll quickly say, just because we glazed over it, but just to explain to the viewers. So I pulled, we get him for free, and then I pulled him.
Oh.
which I was really upset about. And then the people in the comments were like, you shouldn't be upset because that means you can buy the Witch's Remains, which I did. Yeah. I don't know where it's hiding out. This over here, but you can see it's pretty awesome because you get the big version of Defense Down, which is very hard to get in this game. This is the only way I've seen to get it.
Yeah, so defense penalty, you only have two ways in the game. The big version from Witch's Remains, the artifact, and then the small version from Crown of the Unclean.
Yeah,
that's the only way you have defense in the game. So getting your first dupe, the legendary in the game, is game changing. If you get it instantly, Witch's Remains, no questions asked, that should be your first purchased artifact, always.
Absolutely. So I did snag that. So that was I was very disappointed to pull a dupe Scarlock, but then I was very excited. So that's a good thing that people can look out for, and it's a very, very bright silver lining if you do have to pull a dupe you don't like. But I will say, you can see I've got this limited roster. You know, we just pulled a couple more. So what besides Goblin? Is there any next step, or is it just that try to push the story and then see what I can do? Is that the agenda here?
So basically, at the point in the last month, like where you are with the Underworld in the endgame, that's your number. You don't care about going and farming dungeons for gear anymore. If you have solid enough gear, you don't care. Even if you just farmed 7 till now on certain ones and you cannot farm 9, you just ignore them. Just ignore them. Priority number 1 is now to try and get as many teams as you can to keep doing more and more and more every single day, because that's what's gonna determine your placement. You know, this is the way that the game is. It pretty much relies on the competitiveness and, you know, finishing well in the leaderboard. So if you care a little bit about that to try and progress in there, that's the way you do it.
Got it.
And the good thing is, after you do your season 1 is a test season for most people, getting used to the game, knowing what happens. Like you had no idea you need 15 teams. Well, season 2, you're gonna be more prepared. You're gonna know, okay, this is when this is gonna happen. Like it used to be before, for example, up until day 30, you would not get double drop rates from dungeons for gear, so you would not farm that. But now, because it changed, you're like, okay, you try to push as much as you can with your dungeons, with your goblins, and then once you start getting to the day 30 where the chief challenges happen, you're like, okay, I have 3 teams ready, then 4, then 5, and then you just keep pushing that further and further.
Yeah, got it. Okay, great. So I think that gives me a pretty clear set of it's a bit of homework is what I'm trying to get at. You did a good job there. I think I know what I do. I think it's gonna be Goblinair Silent Goblins.
Goblinair Silent Goblins, yeah, exactly. But last thing, up until you get to that point, because obviously it's not easy to get to the 15 teams, the next best thing to do with that one is grab one mission from that whole adventure. So if you go back in the Otherworld tab, that shows you the 3 things. Because of the way that the points are split, so the best way to do it, once you're gonna get there, you're gonna see what I'm talking about, is to grab one adventure preparation, which is like a mission. Only do one, not more, because they only give you 100 points. It's like not that much. But there's a daily quest that if you finish one, it gives you 1200. Yeah. So it's worth it. Then the next best thing is to try to get whichever is your best elemental domains. There's 3 domains. Whichever is your best, try to get 1 to 5. If you get 1 to 5, then it's better to do that several times, unless you can hit 11 million or more on your teams. So you don't have to have all 15 teams to do 22. If you have several teams that do 11 million, then you're better off than doing anything else. You still do 1-1, because again, it gives you 1200, and then you're better off to just keep doing the 11 millions, and you would still be getting those the right amount of points to try and progress in your ranking.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate you taking the time out. I know you're a very busy guy. Everybody definitely go check out Odd One Gaming. I believe you just moved all your Watch of Realms stuff to your Dragonheir channel, right? So if you like Watch of Realms, if you like Dragonheir, it's all in one place. We'll have the link in the top pinned comment and the description. If you want to play Goblinair Silent Goblins, aka Dragonheir Silent Gods, with Odd One Gaming and myself and Ivy and all the amazing people, definitely download it using the link in my description and the top pinned comment. It's available on PC, mobile, Epic Games, and Steam. Hope to see you guys there. Thank you very much, my friend.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
See you guys real soon. Share with your mother.
Fastidious.